everybody, back to my kitchen. Today we're gonna go a little bit differently than last time. So with all this extra time in the house, I generally never get to cook myself breakfast, but I'm finding that I actually have some time right now. So we're gonna make what we call my house vacation eggs. So these are the eggs that I'll make when I'm on vacation with my family, which is typically the time in the morning where I have, a little bit of extra time to do something. So anyway, these were made famous by Gordon Ramsay. He's like kind of a crazy chef. If you've never seen any of his episodes, these are the like on the heat, off the heat scrambled eggs or best scrambled eggs or whatever. I stole this from him 100%. So let's get cooking. The most important thing with this particular dish is that you lay out all of the things that you need. So what you're gonna need are an egg, some bread for toast, tomatoes, arugula, and then I have 1 tablespoon of butter just cut up into 4 small squares, probably even less than a tablespoon, and then kind of 1 little blob of cream cheese. Any of these things you can omit and change, feel free, but just kind of have everything ready to go. Once we start cooking, things happen a little quickly, and so you want to make sure you've got it all ready. So we're going to start by putting like a regular frying pan here on high, and we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. I guess we're getting a little low on the olive oil. We're going to put that on, and then we're going to put our tomatoes right into the pan. So these are going to blister, and that's going to make them really, really tasty and soft. So put those in there, and we'll leave this over here for our eggshell. This is where our eggs are going to go. We're going to just turn that on to like medium for now. And then I'm choosing to put my toast in the broiler. Now you don't have to, I'll put it on low. You don't have to put your toast in the broiler. You could totally just use a toaster, but since I'm gonna be over here, this is how I'm gonna toast my bread. So stick that in there, shut the door. Okay, so here we go. This is for the fun part now. So we're gonna take our egg and our butter, and we're gonna crack our egg, not over the pan, but on something hard to the side. We're gonna put our egg right into the pan. Rinse off our hands, and then we're going to add the butter. Okay, so this particular style of making scrambled eggs goes as such. You mix it all in, including the butter, and then we're going to turn our heat up to high now that we're kind of standing here. Now we're going to quickly stir them. The idea is to get them cooking and then take them off the heat to kind of stop the cooking process for a second. And what we really want to do is make sure that we don't add any salt or pepper right now because it changes, I guess, the color of the eggs. So we're going to add that in at the end. And what we're going to end up with, by the way, is like a really nice, smooth, kind of creamy egg. There we go. Now our tomatoes are making some noise. And our butter is starting to melt, so our eggs are starting to get hot too. So we're going to keep moving these around. Don't worry if you don't move them around. They're just going to get a little brown in certain spots, and that's totally fine. That's what you want, because brown food's where all the flavor lives. So okay, so now you can see that the eggs are starting to come together a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to periodically just take them off the heat so that they cook a little bit slower. Alright, and now for our eggs, we're going to add this little dollop of cream cheese. So it's going to make it nice and creamy and spreadable. While those tomatoes continue to blister. Okay, so what you can see with our eggs is that they're starting to get really kind of like smushy and moldable. Wonderful. So now we're going to definitely keep them off the heat. Give our tomatoes one more final. They got a little burnt, but that's going to add flavor. Excellent. to our plate. I guess I don't really need that one. And now we're just gonna smear the eggs on top. Just like we would butter. So we'll split them up. Spread them. Wonderful. Put that in the sink. And we will take our arugula, put it on top. Okay. Maybe not the best presentation, but you get the idea. And then I'm just going to grab these little tomatoes, pop them on top here. If you want, you can kind of cut them in half and get real fancy. There we go. Excellent. And then lastly, we're going to take a little bit of salt and pepper just to finish it off. And we're ready to go. All right, these also double as a weapon in case things get interesting later on. So anyway, good to keep around. So I hope you enjoyed this. Basically, I'm gonna let this cool for a second because I feel like those tomatoes are just really hot. But when you take a bite of this, the eggs are gonna be nice and creamy. You're gonna get a nice peppery taste from the arugula, and the tomatoes are gonna give you a little tang. And it's going to taste very bright and delicious. So I hope you enjoy. Please leave a message for me or some comments if you gave this a shot. And I'll see you soon. Take care.